Hi there, students. Arbitrary. Arbitrary. This is an adjective. It means decided by chance, by whim, by impulse, by personal decision, not decided by reasoning or logic or necessity or some sort of moral principle. So you could have an arbitrary decision, an arbitrary choice, an arbitrary rule, or an arbitrary punishment. The decision was arbitrary and not based on need. Yeah? So because I'm going to choose it like that, but not based on any logic or just because you want it like that. Let's see. Imagine you have petrol rationing, yeah? And cars with odd number plates, 1357, can buy petrol on odd days, and even number plates, 2468, can buy petrol on even days. So the ability to buy petrol, it's not random, but it is arbitrary. Let's see, it's arbitrary because the ability to buy petrol is not based on the needs of the driver, yeah? It's just based on some arbitrary principle. Yeah, it's not based on logic or need. Notice arbitrary can also mean random, yes, but not necessarily. Okay, arbitrary can also mean biased because one person likes something more. So an arbitrary decision is a decision that is not objective. I choose that computer because it's blue. That's an arbitrary choice. Not because it works better or it's smaller or it's cheaper, but because it's blue. That's not a reason to choose a computer. Okay? He stopped at the first pub that he saw. This is an arbitrary choice. Not because it's a good pub or a cheap pub or an interesting pub. Yeah, it's just the first one he came across. In mathematics, an arbitrary number, for example n, is a number that represents, or a letter that represents no specific number. Its value is arbitrary. It could be any number. We can also use this word arbitrary to mean not set down in law, just because I say so. The arbitrary rule of a dictator. This is not based on any law. This is based on what the dictator thinks, what the dictator chooses. I like these more because they're blue, so blue ones are legal. An arbitrary punishment. Yeah, a punishment not set down in law. So we can use this word arbitrary to mean despotic. Yeah, an arbitrary government. One that doesn't base its decisions on what's best for the people, but it bases it on what it likes best. You could have arbitrary arrests. So arrest him, her, and her. Yeah? Why? No, because it's him, her, and her. What have they done? No, him, her, and her. It doesn't matter. Maybe that's a bit like in Belarus at the moment. So, arbitrary. Based on personal choice. An arbitrary decision, or a random arbitrary decision. Then you can have arbitrary meaning unrestrained and autocratic use of power, an arbitrary rule, an arbitrary government. The ruler says, what I say goes. This is arbitrary. And then for mathematics, an unspecified number. N is an arbitrary number. Notice in English we have the word an arbiter. An arbiter is like a referee or a judge. So anything referring to the referee or the judge is also arbitrary, because what they say is law. What they say, their decision about a situation, is what is valid. Two people are arguing, you have an arbiter, and then the arbiter decides. So, next question, formality. I think I would give this word arbitrary a 6 in formality, although I think you could use it in an informal conversation, and I also think you could use it in a very formal document, so nice and flexible. Let's see, arbitrary comes from Latin. There's a Latin word arbitrarius, meaning arbitrary and uncertain. And that comes from the Latin word arbiter, a witness or a judge. So, arbitrary, based on personal choice, not based on any system of logic or need or necessity or reasoning. Arbitrary, with unrestrained power or unrestrained power to act in an autocratic way, dictatorial, and then your unspecified number. So there you go. If you enjoyed the video, give it a rating, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now. Arbitrary.